You're watching FAnews at the Insurance Conference 2015. We are talking to Wayne Nobrega, who is the CEO of Tracker. Wayne, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
There is a big drive in the industry to away from just pure data to understanding data and interpreting data. Can you just talk about that and Tracker's role in doing that?
Absolutely. Let me just take a step back in terms of stolen vehicle recovery. Historically, stolen vehicle recovery has always been about a reactive service, and that's now changing into a proactive service. And part of that drive is how do we use data in terms of being proactive in identifying potential risks and trends around vehicles. An example being, we actually track very carefully where vehicles are moving and picking up almost a DNA fingerprint for a vehicle. And when a vehicle moves outside of its normal pattern, its normal driving style, its normal areas, normal times of driving, we then escalate that up onto what we call our stack. And it's an event for us that we can proactively contact the customer and say, is there a risk developing? Or are you potentially at risk? Something's actually happened already. So that's about taking data and trying to create value out of the data. Everybody talks about big data and just collecting it. It's what you do with it is actually important for the customers.
Now, tracking companies can use tracking data to change driver behavior. You can physically show them by graphs how they accelerate, how they are braking, how fast they take corners, and on a month-to-month basis, what their driving behavior is. Can you just discuss your role, please, in how you can change driver and influence driving behavior?
You're absolutely spot on there. Again, it's about collecting the data, but what do we do with it? We have been doing driver analytics in terms of driving scores for the last 3 years. It's not something new for us. But we've been doing it almost a bit behind the scenes with our devices. We've now launched our new mobile app where we do driver scoring as well. And what it's useful in terms of a driver is how do you actually take that score and help modify a behavior? Because then you're starting to modify a risk and reduce a risk. And you can do it through some group peers and saying, well, how does my score benchmark against other peers? How is my score changing over time? And how do we take that score and say to you, well, if you did A, B, and C, you could improve your score, reduce the risk of an accident. And I think our goal has got to be about being proactive to reduce accidents, reduce risks, rather than being reactive after an event's happened. So looking at scores, interpreting those scores, and giving it back to customers and telling them what to do with it is critical for us.
Finally, looking at the growth of Tracker, where do you see you guys growing in the future?
So for us, we're talking about Tracker as being Tracker 3.0. It's our next phase of our journey in our life. We've been a very successful business for the last 19 years, but we're very excited about what the future holds. And the future for us is about taking this data and doing a lot more with it. For us, what we've done so far, in my view, is probably 2 to 3% of what we're going to be doing in the next 9 months to a year. Give you an example. We've created a very focused group of product innovators and research team. We've employed another 23 engineering resources to help that team. And the objective is to produce these new products and services around data for people. Currently, we've got 72 projects in our gate process that we're busy looking at in terms of new products and services, but it will all be focused around the data and how we use that data to improve your life, your safety, your efficiency, your effectiveness, and your management of time. Not only for you, but all the people around you as well. So looking at families and how do we improve the value of a family life.
Wayne, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.